And you've mentioned um, President Clinton, and then early on.
Oh, I never said he was a client.
I did not say you said. I'm saying when you talk about his clients.
Oh, okay, right.
And then puts his clients off to the side, and then
Okay.
you mentioned some other people. You mentioned President Clinton. You mentioned
Yes.
President Trump early on. Who were other famous / politicians? Who were other individuals in Mr. Epstein's life during that time period? So the early
We're doing
90s.
the 90s. Should we just...
Yes.
Okay, Congressman Macmillan.
Say it again.
Macmillan.
Okay.
Henry Rozovsky, who was the provost of Harvard. Hang on, can I?
Sure. You're looking at your notes. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Joe Pagano, Jerry Goldsmith, Joe Roberts, Kenny Lipper, Dan Abramson, don't know if in the 90s, Tom Pritzker, Ace, Jimmy Kane, Lou Ranieri. I mean, there were...
What about the royal family?
No, he didn't know them in the 90s.
What about what about Prince Andrew?
Didn't know him in the 90s.
When?
Oh, well, is that right?
I wasn't there. I do not know. So I don't want you to worry about exact dates. You're not positive about that, but you don't have a specific recollection of that being in the 90s.
No.
Okay.
I can date it for you, I think.
No.
But I can't give you...
That's okay. That's fine. So with respect to, and we'll take a break in a minute to get some food, but just with respect to with respect to the individuals you just talked about, so again, focus on the 90s, and so the people that I'm talking about right now, and we might add some names later, so we're talking about the clients that he worked with, which you've mentioned several of, and I know that wasn't exhaustive, but you've mentioned several of them. And then the kind of what I called famous friends, but the prominent individuals that were in his life in the 90s. Does any stick out in your mind as having received massages? All of them.
Henry Rozovsky received a massage.
And why does that stick out in your memory?
Because I saw him in a bathrobe at 71st Street, and he had received a massage, he told me.
And do you know whether there was any, whether the masseuse was naked during that massage?
I wouldn't have any idea.
Do you know whether
I doubt it. He was like in his 80s.
Say it again?
I doubt it. He was like in his 80s.
Okay, so, but do you know, notwithstanding his age...
Minsky.
Say it again?
Minsky was another person.
Do you know whether, for example, President Clinton ever received a massage?
I don't believe he did.
And what makes you say you don't believe he did?
Well, because I don't... So, that's a good question. The time that Epstein and President Clinton spent together, the only times, I believe, well, obviously they traveled. There was that, they claim they went on the plane 26 times or whatever. That would be one journey. So they spent time on the plane together, and I don't believe there was ever a massage on the plane. So that would have been the only time that I think that President Clinton could have even received a massage, and he didn't, because I was there.
And you mentioned that early, in the very beginning of the conversation, you mentioned President Trump in the early 90s.
Yes.
What did you observe as far as President Trump and his relationship with you or Mr. Epstein?
Well, I just want to say for my relationship with President Trump, relationship's a big word, but I just want to say that I met him, or I believe I may have, because of my father in the 90s.
Yep. Okay.
So my father liked him very much, and he really liked his wife as well, because they were both Czechoslovakian.